Hey everyone, welcome to Bun Muska. Today we'll be cooking a mushroom omelette. And for that, you'll be needing some mushrooms. We picked this up from the farmer's market yesterday. We have 6 eggs. We'll be using the egg whites. Now, some of you may ask why egg whites? Egg whites are a very rich source of protein and don't come with the cholesterol that the egg yolks do. So again, if you want to skip the cholesterol, great source of protein. And we also have a shishito pepper and a part of an onion. We don't waste food here, so we're taking the part of the onion that was left over from cooking yesterday.
I love cutting my mushrooms into thin slices, which is exactly what I'm doing here. It just tastes better and the texture is better when we put it in the omelette. The same thing with the peppers. I've gone in for thin slices and have left most of the seeds from the peppers out. I bunch those thinly sliced peppers together and then cut them into small pieces that will go in the omelette.
It's important to be able to cut an onion very finely, and I'll show you how with a knife. Always put your 3 fingers on the top and use this as the guiding finger to cut. If you cut like that, chances are that you're going to cut your fingers. So with this onion, what I'm going to do is almost treat it like a ball. So I'm going to make small dices here. I don't need a bunch of onion. I just need it for flavor. Cut small slits here. And then you hold this like a ball.
I can cut into the onion across the length, as you can see, and then go cross section and cut it down so that I get thin pieces of the onion. What you will see me doing here is now chopping across using the knife. This is the safest way to do it in case you're uncomfortable holding the onion.
So right now I'm going to show you how to break open the egg. It's important if you want to extract only the egg whites and keep the yolks separately. You can use the yolks later on when you are baking or for any other food that you're making. So I'll show you that very quickly. Find a flat surface. I know, when I started cooking, I would crack it open here. What that does is it leaves pieces of the egg inside the bowl. So what I'd recommend is find a flat surface, crack it there, open it up, and you see the white comes out and the yolk stays here. And if you flip it around a couple of times in the shell itself, you have the yolk. You can separate it out very easily, and there you have it. So we'll now start the cooking process. I love cooking with onions and mushrooms. The onions sweat a bit in the pan, so make sure you sweat them out. And so do the mushrooms. They have a fair amount of water content. So make sure you sweat the mushrooms out. And once they've gone through that process is when you should season them. That's when it'll capture the flavor. So this pan's been sitting on a low to medium heat for about 3 to 4 minutes. I can feel the heat coming from it, so I'm going to go in with my oil. So about 1.5 tablespoons. I'm going to swirl that around in the pan so it's evenly coated. And now you want to hear that. The fancy things sometimes don't work. So I'm sweating the onions out. This has to happen for another 5 or 10 seconds, and then I'll go in with my mushrooms. As you can see, the onions start becoming more transparent as you start cooking them. This is basically the onion sweating it out. It's been about 20 seconds since I threw the onions in. So I'm going to go in with my mushrooms. And the most important thing here is to sweat both of them out. Don't season them before you sweat them. Very, very important. If you season them before you sweat them, the mushroom just doesn't capture the flavor. You can see how the mushrooms have reduced in size a little bit. This is because the mushroom is giving away water to the pan. You can see the water in the pan. I mean, some of it is obviously the oil, some of it is the water from the mushroom. You have to cook it out completely. And then there's a specific smell that you get from the mushroom that you'll get when it's completely cooked through. And that's when we'll go in with our shishito peppers and season it. I feel good about where they are at. I'm going to go in with my peppers. And I'm not going to cook the peppers all the way through. I like the crunch of the pepper. So now that I've put the pepper in, I have some sea salt. So that's 1 pinch and 2 pinches of sea salt. I have my pepper grinder. Be generous with the pepper. Mushrooms and pepper go really well together. Mix them in. And what I'm going to go in with next is not extremely important, but if you have it around, it'll add a layer of flavor. This is smoked paprika. A little bit of that. And I'm going to let this cook for about a couple of minutes, and then we'll go in with our eggs. Let's look at whisking the eggs. It's an important thing. And I'll tell you something which is contrary to what I have done for the most part of my cooking life. So let's look. So these are 6 egg whites. I have some oat milk. You can use whole milk. That's absolutely fine. I don't measure this, but if you have to measure it, it'll probably be a tablespoon of milk. I don't put any salt in it at the moment. You should wait to put salt into your eggs till they've started the cooking process. What you want to do is to see the egg and the little bit of the milk that we put completely incorporated. And as you start to see the bubbles is when you know it's been whisked. There we go. This is cooked. As you can see, the mushrooms have shrunk in size. Everything smells delicious. I wish I could put it through the video. I can't. But what I can do is pour the egg in. And what's important here is to reduce it to a low heat and then turn it around. If you want a nice fluffy omelette, this is important. You don't want your omelette sticking to the pan. So I'm not a professional chef, so this is going to look messy, but it's going to taste brilliant. So I'm going to take the side of the omelette off, and I'm going to make sure all of the remnant egg white actually spreads around in the pan. I'm almost there. I do this again. I haven't seasoned it. As you can see, I haven't seasoned it yet. I will season it. Once I get all of my liquid out of the pan, I'm going to season it. So wait till you see that. I'm cleaning the sides of the pan as we go. And I can see it starting to stick, so I'm going to reduce the heat even more. This is the point where the salt is going to come in. So again, half a pinch of salt. You already have a fair amount of salt in the vegetables that we started with, so you don't need a ton of salt. And I'm going to use pepper right at the end. You have to let this sit on the pan for about 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes, and then I'll show you how to take the omelette off. The pan a little bit and start bringing the omelette in. There we go. You see that? That's a perfectly cooked omelette. The inside was a little soft, so I'm going to let it sit on a very, very low heat for another minute and a half. This is for 2 people, so I'm going to break this into 2 and then serve. This omelette is ready to serve. Now, like I said, I'm going to use pepper right at the end. So my omelette is ready and it looks beautiful. So I'm going to go have a bite of this. Perfectly cooked, fluffy inside, brilliantly flavored. You can feel the pepper right at the top. Definitely try this at home and let me know what you think.